Hello, everybody. Welcome back for another book review. And this one was an interesting random find on a bookshelf in Barnes & Noble called Psalm for the Wild Built. First off, love the title, but it centered on a world where humans have kind of rebuilt their society when, after they had robots, the robots gained consciousness and decided to all walk off the job, and they walked off into the wilderness. And humanity rebuilt themselves, not without technology, but without being dependent on robotic labor and technology and AI and things like that. So life becomes a little bit more connected to nature. And to go along with that, spirituality is something that's very at the center of this world that's created. It is not Earth. It's very Earth-like, but it's not Earth. The religious system is not Earth religious systems. But despite this being a short book, it does all feel very real and very built out, which is always fascinating to see a good world building job done in a short space. Our main character is in fact a monk he's a tea monk, so he serves tea and listens to people's problems, and he's kind of a therapist in many ways. And then randomly a robot walks out of the wilderness and walks up to him and asks, what do humans need? And that is the philosophical question at the center of the book. And in some ways our monk is the worst person to ask that question to, and in other ways he's the best person to ask that question to, because he's kind of on his own existential thing. And at the end of the day, the book is dealing with what it means to have meaning in life. And really, the book doesn't come to any novel conclusions. If you are widely read, I'm sure you will have run into people, either philosophers or novels, who have a similar answer to this question that this book has. But it does it very well, and it ends in a very positive, reaffirming way of existence, and that's a good thing. Not every book you read needs to be tragic and terrible. So I particularly liked that it ended on a very positive note. One thing that's interesting, I guess especially with it being Pride Month as I read this, is that our main character in the world we build in doesn't just have men and women, it has gender-neutral people. And so if you've never read a book with a character, and I had not, and I didn't know I was going to be getting into that when I picked up the book, it takes getting used to that every time you see they and their, we're actually referring to it as a singular noun. But you'll get there. It's fine, because, just people. And this person is a stand-in, I think, for everybody dealing with meaning in life. So, you know what? Short little book, but great read, great imagination, and good message at the end. So pick the book up if you run across it. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I think it was very satisfying. So I'll see y'all back here for the next book review.